Now that the February window for the SAEBRS is complete, it is time for teams to look at the SAEBRS data. We need to remember that if we screen, it is important that we intervene. Just a reminder that the SAEBRS is made up of 3 domains: social behavior, academic behavior, and emotional behavior. All of these areas combine to generate a total behavior score. As a reminder, the SAEBRS is not diagnostic. It is a universal screener to help guide interventions. These ratings should reflect how a teacher saw the student's behavior within the past month. After the teacher completes the screener, the data pushes over to Power BI. If the total behavior score is at risk, it is flagged within the Early Warning Indicators SAEBRS dashboard. The student screener, or My SAEBRS, includes 20 questions that the student completes about themselves. The student data also pushes over to Power BI, and if the total behavior score is at risk, it is also flagged. I want to quickly remind everyone how to get into Power BI. Click on the Power BI app in Rapid Identity. Then once in Power BI, click Sign In at the top right-hand corner of the page. Click on Shared with Me in the column on the left. Then once you're in the Early Warning SAEBRS dashboard, this will show SAEBRS teacher and SAEBRS student data alongside other early warning indicators such as attendance, grades, suspensions. Teachers will be able to see data on students in their classes, and CSTs and administrators, as well as MTSS facilitators, will see the data for the entire building. In order to work with the data, teams need to export their data in an Excel spreadsheet. To export data, click on the 3 dots in the top right corner of the Early Warning Indicator data set. This will give you a drop-down menu to choose from. You then click Export Data, and eventually you will receive a pop-up and you just click Export the Data. This will then open an Excel document where the team can work. Once the team has the data exported to Excel, you'll need to click Enable Editing at the top as you would with most Excel documents. You can then delete columns, add columns to that data set, and this will allow the teams to work on our next steps. I would recommend adding a column and titling it Follow Up or Staff Connection. You can see that I added a column called Follow Up on this page. The team should prioritize the SAEBRS student data first. So for instance, if a team sees a student that is not already on our radar for other things like attendance or grades, we need to see who will follow up and check in with that student. So on this example, the second student would be an example of this where it's red highlighted. The team also needs to look and see if there are students who come up at risk in other areas as well as the SAEBRS. Maybe they already have a check-in or check-out or mentor system built in at the building, and we need to write down the current check-in person that's currently working with that student. In this case, you can see that I highlighted the ones that have a yes in the SAEBRS check column. The first highlighted line is a student who's chronically absent, and maybe the social worker is checking in daily and working with the parent in order to get the student to school. So the social worker here is noted. The second highlighted line does not show any other flagged areas other than the SAEBRS data. The team needs to decide who will check in on this student, as this student was not already on our radar, and that staff member can be noted. The third highlighted line is a student who has been set up with a PE teacher as a mentor, and the PE teacher checks in with the student almost every morning. So the PE teacher is noted as the person who will check in with this student. Make sure to notify the staff members currently mentoring or working with students that their SAEBRS rating was high so that they are made aware. This should be a team approach and not left just to the teacher or one staff member in the building. If we discuss this data as a team, we can follow up with students and divide up who's going to follow up with whom. Follow-up should be someone checking in with the student. That could be a teacher, a staff member, administrator, mentor, just talking with that student and seeing how they're doing. If that teacher or staff member talks with the student and there are concerns that need to be followed up on further, then the teacher or staff member need to follow up with support staff, as in the counselors, psychologist, or social worker. Just a reminder, an at-risk score on the SAEBRS is not an automatic referral to child study team, and it is not an automatic referral to outside agencies. Thank you for your time.